from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the podcasters coming at you in the starlight, the moonlight, and the daylight. Across the universe, to your ears, to put you to sleep. It's time for Sleep With Me, the podcast that's here to put you to sleep tonight. I'm not coming to you from a balcony, because I don't have a balcony, but I do have a view of a theme park, and I'll be describing it to you in both the like daylight and the nightlight. And it's time for Sleep With Me. If you're new to the show, we put out a lot of different styles of shows, but this show's here to be your friend in the deep, dark night and to keep you company while you fall asleep so you could fall asleep, which is a little bit different. But I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you checking the show out. If you're new, regular listeners, welcome back. What to expect is we're going to have some support coming up, then a long, meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime. And then about 50 minutes or to an hour of me just talking about a theme park, or mostly just talking about what I can see in a theme park I've never even been to before. So I'm glad you're here. I work really hard. I yearn and I strive. This episode will sound a little bit different because I'm at a hotel and trying to find a place. I found a place that has a nice even sound. So I'm glad you're here. I work really hard. I yearn and I strive. I really hope I can help you. Okay, I really hope I can help you fall asleep. If you're a new listener, you're an occasional listener, you're a temporary listener, you're going through something, I'm really glad you're here and I can help you out. And if you're a regular listener, a super listener, you listen to a lot of shows, you fall asleep fast, you're who we count on to help keep the show going. And if you decide, this podcast makes my life better on a regular basis, how can I help this podcast that helps me? Here's the ways you could do that. Sleep With Me podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match are limited by state law. Not available in all states. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix. And you know where I was last night? So comfortable, and this morning, and I didn't want to get out of bed because I was so cozy, so comfortable. Yeah, of course, I was in my Helix mattress. And the amazing thing about my Helix is it fits my needs, my sleep preferences, how I like to feel in bed, because I took the quiz over at helixsleep.com/sleep, and I got matched with a mattress. So of all the features I need to sleep cool and comfortable, all the support I need for when I'm sleeping on my side, when I'm sleeping on my stomach, to take good care of my back, and so I get a great night's sleep, and then I'm so comfortable. I'd like to take the day off and spend it in bed, especially on these cool winter nights. Holy moly. But what about you and your mattress? Do you think it's time for an upgrade to a mattress that gets you and what you need? What's going to make you comfortable? I think you deserve that, right? And you could take that Helix quiz. It matches you with the perfect mattress based on your personal preferences and sleep needs. It makes buying a mattress easy, and you do it in the comfort of your own home. And there's free shipping in the U.S. It comes straight to your door. And what an upgrade it's been, because I had to temporarily sleep on a mattress that was not a Helix. And now I look forward to going to bed every night, to getting cozy, pulling those blankets in and snuggling down in my Helix. I'm going to be comfortable all night long. So what about you? How about you take that quiz and you see what discount Helix has to offer right now? Go to helixsleep.com/sleep to see the latest offers for Sleep With Me listeners. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for current offers. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. That's helixsleep.com/sleep. Hey, everybody, this is Scooter. We're playing a new board game. Gene, take it away. Thanks, Scooter. We're playing Don't Support the Show. And this is not even though it's fun, Scooter, it's not ironic, is it? Gene, I've tried to neither one of us, I think, has a grasp of that word, but you may be correct because it's actually paradoxical, Make It a Sleep podcast, and that's why we're doing this. Now you got two words you don't know. Scooter, tonight's winner is people that listen in the most average way. The average listener, Scooter, but no one's average here. Thanks, Gene, for pointing that out. It is true, but there is a average listening style, and those are people that wind down during the intro, fall asleep during the episode. You listen to one or two episodes a week. The episode stops at the end of the episode, or you have a sleep timer set, and you listen, for a couple months at a time, and you realize, hey, I like the ads. I don't mind the ads, or the ads are necessary. And that's how most people listen, right? And the sponsors and the listener support has you covered. If you only listen to a couple of episodes a week while you're going through a tough time, you wind down during the intro, and then you fall asleep during the story, and the episode ends, and at some point you're asleep or you're comforted or you get what you need, and you listen to whatever, like 10, 12, 20, 30 episodes a year. You don't need to support the show. Sorry, I went into Gene, I was doing an imitate. Thank you, Scooter. They already won. The show's here for them. They don't need to support the show. The sponsors and the listeners do it for them. Yeah, so you're in a group. You don't really need to support the show. You could if you choose, and you'll hear more about it, but you don't need to. And when you hear me with some intensity trying to get through to listeners to support the show, you're not one of the groups I'm trying to get a hold of. But thanks for listening. And the reason we're doing this in fun and then more calm terms, other parts of the show, is so you know you're welcome here, that it's good news. It's good you're here. I'm here to bring you sleepy joy, comfort, and delight in the deep, dark night. And I'm trying to mix up and change up what I'm doing so I can remind you I'm glad you're here. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, everybody. I love making the show for you. And people love supporting it for not just their style listening, but your style listening too. Your comfort in the deep, dark night. Thanks. Oh, Mystery Bard. A lot of people help out on our show. Who are they?
Posty poster son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Carl W. the legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bard. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcript.
Thanks, Mystery Bard. And like for people that, I've been saying don't support the show directly. One of the ways you could support the show is letting people know about the podcast or signing up for a referral newsletter. If we get enough people interested, we'll start doing fun live streams or something like that. And you could sign up at sleepwithmepodcast.com/refer. That's sleepwithmepodcast.com/REFER. Thanks, everybody. And what do you say we get on with the show? Hey, are you up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that puts you to sleep. We do with a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights, and press play. I'm going to try to do the rest. What I'm going to attempt to do is create a safe place where you could set aside whatever's keeping you awake. That could be thoughts on your mind, things you're thinking about. Thoughts, thoughts. They could be thoughts about the past, the present, the future, thinking thoughts. It could be feelings, anything coming up for you emotionally, related to those thoughts, feelings that are just there. It could be physical sensations, changes in time, temperature, routine. You could be going through something, getting over something, in the middle of something. Whatever it is, I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off of it so you could fall asleep. Which is a bit different, you know. I'm gonna, or the show as a whole is a little bit different because I'm not here to put you to sleep directly. I'm here to hang out with you and talk for your benefit so you could fall asleep. So just give the show a few tries if you're new. The reason I make the show is twofold. One, because I've been there. Tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting asleep, trouble staying asleep. I've had all those things, waking up early, repetitive dreams that are not restful, a bunch of others. I could go on and on, but I don't need to. Because I think what's important is how it feels on a multiple layer of depths, right? How it feels before I can't sleep, after I can't sleep, and leading up to it and in the middle of it. And if you have any feelings around that stuff, that's what I can relate to. And maybe you could relate to the feelings I have. Maybe I can relate to the feelings you have. And that's what makes me care, is knowing that there's other human beings out there trying their best to live their lives, dealing with this thing we really need that really does feel good when we get it. But there's that thing in the way, and there's all these feelings related to it for me that other people just don't quite get. And so I want to help if I can. But there's even this other layer, because I've been doing this show for a long time now, and I know there's people out there listening who might be like, no, I don't think you can relate to what I've been through or what I'm going through, Scoots. I don't think you understand. And I'd say, okay, I believe you. I do. And the great news is that somewhere out there listening right now is somebody who has been through something similar, who can relate to how you feel. And they're really hoping this podcast helps you like it helped them. They're really glad you're here. They're rooting for you, even if it's not with Sleep With Me, to get the sleep you need and the relief you need in the deep, dark night. You're important to that person, even though you don't know each other, because you share something. And it's a positive version of that something that's not so great that we all have around bedtime, even if yours is a little bit different than mine. And not only do they hope you get the rest you need, that you deserve, because me and all those listeners that are rooting for you know you deserve a bedtime that doesn't have to be a drag. A bedtime where you could get the rest you need so your life is more manageable. A bedtime without rigmarole. And that you could be out there in the world flourishing if you're getting the rest you need. And that means our world's a better place. Not only that, like I hope that for you, so do these other listeners. But the listeners that can really relate to you, they hope that one day you're a regular listener to this podcast and you get to that positive, wonderful feeling of rooting for somebody new to this show too, and kind of being welcoming in this indirect digital way. Because there is something palpable and tangible about it. Because they're in their bed getting comfortable or doing their wind-down routine, and they're thinking of you. And there's something nice about that. And nice about being thought of and rooted for. And rooting for other people in the deep, dark night. And that's what this show comes down to. That's the important part about this show. I just get to be the intermediary. That is the actual magic that's happening out there. So, yeah, that's why I'm here. And the way the show works is I send my voice across the deep, dark night. I use lulling, soothing, creaky dulcet tones, superfluous tangents. I go off topic. I get mixed up. I use filler words. I'll be looking at a theme park. I'll probably be talking about something totally unrelated to the theme park. I'll go on a tangent. I don't know the difference between a kiosk and a structure and a building. My vocabulary, it's not only is it limited, it's hard to access. There's some, I do have a vocabulary, but some of it's kind of put away. I said, where did I put that? Where did I put those words I know? I say, I don't have any idea. Well, I thought you were in charge of them. You're part of me, right? Yeah, but I don't know where they went. I don't have the slightest idea. What were you looking for again? Those words in our vocabulary, not vocabulary words. They were words we almost learned the meaning to. Oh, the words you almost know what they mean. No, those aren't vocabulary words. Somebody said that you couldn't say their vocabulary words are words in your vocabulary you actually know the meaning to. Words you only kind of know the meaning to. I don't know if there may not. We don't have the vocabulary to know what word that is. It's a conundrum then. I think actually it is a conundrum. It's not paradoxical, though. Well, it is paradoxical that I can use this for good, isn't it? I'd say maybe it's ironic. I don't quite know. I don't think either one of us is qualified to even be talking about this. But yeah, that's what the show is. It's a little bit silly. It's a little bit goofy. And when you first get here, you could be skeptical, you could be doubtful. Maybe you found the show in a search or somebody recommended it, and you just want something to help you fall asleep, right? And you're like, I thought this was a bedtime story podcast. What's going on? And I say, hang out and kind of see. This is a little bit different than that. And so being skeptical or doubtful at first makes sense. In fact, this show takes a couple tries to get used to. And it is a bit of an acquired taste. I'm not suited for everybody, but all I can tell you is see how it goes. Like every single week I get an email from a listener who supports the show directly. They're a super listener. But when they first got to the show, they were like, no, this is not for me. I can't believe this. And sometimes it's like spread over 3 nights, and sometimes it's spread over 3 years, where then they said, wait a second, the third time I listened or the second time I listened, I realized, oh, I fell asleep, or oh, he's not supposed to be making sense. I didn't realize. I was waiting for. He is always never getting. He's serious. He's really serious about this nonsense. So it just takes some getting used to. Some people never acquire the taste, which is okay, too. We have a website set up, sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you. And originally we set that up because people have strong feelings about me, and I still want you to be able to find something to help you sleep, even if you strongly dislike me. And so that website's set up. It has other it has a link. If you click the link, it'll take you to a place that has other sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff. Or if you've grown out of listening to me, or your opinion on me changed, it can take you to a place to help you with that. So that's that. So the show's an acquired taste. It also is a sleep podcast you don't necessarily listen to. You just kind of barely listen to it. And then, so that's like, it's kind of like an out-of-focus picture, or a TV on in the other room, a show streaming under your pillow. So that takes some adjusting. It's also a sleep podcast I've been doing, like, I think 11 plus years, and it's not meant to put you to sleep. I'm here to keep you company while you fall asleep. There is no pressure to fall asleep with this show. I'm going to be here a bit over an hour because I'm here to keep you company and take your mind off of stuff versus putting you to sleep. Like, I'm here to be your bore friend, your bore bae, your bore sip, your bore bud, your neighbor, your bore bee, your bores, your boreman, your Boris Borloff, I don't even know, your best bore friend forever, though, for sure. Either your bore bae or your best bore friend forever, or your bore, whatever. Yeah, I could just be your bore person. Oh, chairman of the boards. Somebody said, yeah, like Page. I could be your bore Page. I mean, that might be more suited to me. It's like a 1920s version of me. Yeah, I'm your bore Page. It's a bit. I think I've used that already. Like Kenneth the Page. But I guess it could be a 1920s version. I don't know what that would be. Why bore Page makes me think of the 1920s. It could also be like in a tabloid. You say, don't worry, when you get to page 89, that's the bore page. Just as Scoot's talking about nothing on there. So there's no pressure to fall asleep. There's people who are listening who can't sleep at all or who need a break during the day or need a distraction at work. So I'm here to the very end, whether you're awake or asleep, whether you're listening to me or not, in case you do. But that does take some getting used to, so just see how it goes. But that's the job I'm applying for, so I hope I can help you and get the job. What else do you need to know? Oh, the structure of the show. That's what I'll finish off with. I always explain what the structure of the show is, just so if you're new, I can meet you where you are. We structure the show over the past 11 years based on what benefits the maximum amount of people. It is adaptable, though. If you find you like to listen a certain way, the show is also flexible. Or podcasting is flexible. So all our versions of the show start off with a greeting. Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls who feel seen and welcomed in. You could check the show out. You could see how it goes. And you say, oh, okay, that's not bad. Then, after that part is a long support. So paying for the show is optional. Most people, like a lot of people are not in a position to support the show, or they're temporary listeners. They're going through something. They're new to the show. So the sports listening, where you say, okay, you really only should consider supporting the show if it makes your life better on a regular basis. Then after the sport, it's a long, meandering intro meant to ease you into bedtime versus putting you to sleep. It's where I try to explain what the podcast is. I go off topic, or tonight it was like about my vocabulary or whatever. I get mixed up. So every intro follows a similar structure, but it's different every time. So it's familiar, but it has variety. I don't know. I think that's an important part about a sleep podcast, is that it feels reassuring, but it doesn't feel predictable. Because whatever keeps me awake at night does not like predictability. So that's the intro. Oh, no. So, that's why the intro goes on and on and on. It is also to ease you into bedtime. Instead of just having a show that starts right away with a bedtime story, for most people, they like getting eased into bedtime. So you could be getting ready for bed. You could be in bed getting comfortable, or doing some sort of wind-down, chill activity. And then later on, we'll have a bedtime story. If you find you want a show with only bedtime stories from Sleep With Me is in every podcast app. Or if you find something you want bedtime stories without ads, or the full show without ads, you can get that at Sleep With Me Plus. But at first, just kind of see how it goes, or try out both and see what you think. But that's why the intro goes on and on and on. And that's what works for me personally, getting eased into bedtime. Then after the intro, there'll be support, and then there'll be our bedtime story. We've done a lot of balcony episodes, or we do a few a year. And this is as similar as we could get for this new theme park that opened in Orlando that has a lot of cool lights and cool-looking buildings. And so I want to do an episode about it, and I said, well, let's see how it goes. So that's... I think that's it. That's why I'm here. I'm really glad you're here, too. I really appreciate you coming back to the show if you're a regular listener, or checking the show out if you're new. And just see how it goes if you're new. See what happens. And if you're a regular listener, welcome back. Couldn't do it without all of you. And if you decide, this show makes your life incredibly better, think about joining us, like supporting a sponsor, supporting the show on Sleep With Me Plus. Because we appreciate it, and that's how we're able to really be here for you and for everybody else. So once again, thanks so much for stopping by. And here's a couple of ways we're able to be here for you night after night. Thanks. All right, everybody, it's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, ZocDoc. You know that feeling when you walk out of a doctor's office and you think, wow, it feels so much better now. They really listened to me. They really explained to me what was going on. I felt heard. I felt seen. The right doctor can make you feel lighter, clearer, gives you hope everything's going to be all right. And I had that kind of relationship with my doctor in California. I felt like he listened to me. It felt like he took his time with me. But unfortunately, I moved all the way across the country. I'm in a whole new system now. But guess what? You can find those kind of doctors that make you feel good, that really listen on ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with over 150,000 providers across all 50 states. Whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or one of the other 200-plus specialties offered on ZocDoc, you could easily search for specialty or symptom to build the care team that's right for you. View thousands of verified patient reviews to give you a real sense of who your doctor is. Maybe they don't like small talk, or maybe you root for the same sports team. Whatever it is, you can feel confident that you can book with a doctor you know you'll love. And here's the thing I'm finding here of why ZocDoc is so much better, because the doctors on ZocDoc are available. Every time I ask somebody in person here about their primary care physician or their dentist, they say, oh, they're not taking new patients. But with ZocDoc, I don't have to worry about that feeling. I can find a doctor I like, and then I can book an appointment with them. And that's one of the reasons I love ZocDoc, and you should check it out, too. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/sleep to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/sleep. ZocDoc.com/sleep. Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message. This is Scoots here, and I guess this is coming in right after the intro. So, I don't know what I set up during the intro, but right now I am looking at Epic Universe, and you can kind of hear in the background, just barely, like the murmurings of music for their fountain show. I don't have a lot of lingo or knowledge of the park. I'm checking it out tomorrow. I'm here in personal capacity, not professional capacity, so I'm here to celebrate my daughter's graduation from high school with her. But I was like, I gotta record some content, of course. So I'm going to record. This will be my first chunk of recording. And yeah, it's almost like a vibrating humming sound. I'm inside the hotel. I have a view of the park right now. I'm going to move around the hotel and see what other views I can get. But right now I have a view of half of the fountain, which I think is called, as a part of Celestial Park. Maybe it's called the Celestial Fountain. And right now it's about 3 or 4 p.m. Like an Orlando summer rain just passed through. So the skies are somewhat overcast, but high clouds right now, no rain. And, well, I see somebody has so I'm observing this Universal, so Epic Universe is Universal's new theme park. This is not sponsored content, but may come across that way, but I don't know. I mean, this won't be a theme park review either. I guess this is just my first impressions of looking at the park in person from the outside, which isn't easy because I don't have a ticket to get inside till tomorrow. And I'll be recording in the park tomorrow, but I'll have either me or Ray's thoughts about the park tomorrow, so I don't know if this will be a combo episode or what. Yeah, so right now they have a fountain similar to big fountains, Bellagio, or the Disney California Adventure World of Color fountain. Well, it's more of a Bellagio fountain because it's an actual fountain all the time, where Disney, that's a lagoon, and then the shows on the lagoon. And there's other fountains. It's just interesting watching the park from this angle, having seen it mostly from bioreconstruct photos of its development or stuff Alicia Stella shared. By the way, I'm recording this in June, so whenever you're listening to this is a great time to go to OrlandoParkStop.com and support the Trevor Project. The fundraiser Alicia Stella does is in June all the time, but you can support it. You can use that link anytime to support the Trevor Project, and then I'll see you in June. Okay, so the park. Oh, so I wonder if that's the entrance to the park over there. So Universal's Epic Universe opened in May, and I'm here in June. It's my kind of a graduation gift trip for my daughter because we're both theme park fans, and a pretty rare opportunity that I'm very grateful for to enjoy it with my kid and to get into a theme park that's brand new. Kind of hard right now because I'm looking at the theme park, but I'm not in it. So I thought I'd just kind of record and see what I see now. It does not seem extremely busy. I mean, the park is not empty. And again, I'm not trying to compare stuff to Disney, but I don't see any like the pathways would need 3 or 4 times as many people to be clogged. And if you've ever been in Disney Hollywood Studios on the side, like those pathways just get so clogged. I wonder. I've never been able to sit in a calm place from like what are we, a second floor or something, and look out a window and just look at people moving. Stuff seems pretty calm for a brand new theme park. And I guess a lot of people are in line. I mean, it's a park. It just opened. So, yeah, there's going to be lines, of course. So I'll be prepared for that tomorrow. And like Grace always says, we'll try to be there. We were told to be in line an hour before the park opened. So that's what we're going to do, I think. Okay, so I'm looking at the park. I'm looking at I think I can see about half of Celestial Park, but I don't know the exact layout of everything because I tried to learn basics, and then I'm going to look up a touring plan for tomorrow. I've mostly listened to podcasts about it, so I haven't watched a lot of YouTube videos taking place in the park. I've only seen pictures as it was being built, and then. So I do have to figure out the touring plan for tomorrow. But again, I'm surprised by the level of crowd, and but I think Universal's smart at how many people they're letting in. I mean, obviously the lines are between 30 minutes and 2 hours. When I looked it up an hour and a half ago, but. Let me just explain what I see. So there's a lot of new plantings and greenery that's going to need to grow out to offer some shade. And that's a big advantage Disney World has over most theme parks is the amount of vegetation that's grown there and built up over the past 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So this park will eventually get its, but it'll take a while, So it'll be interesting when it's actually fully grown. Okay, so what can I see? Well, I can see the fountain again. I can only see it over my shoulder. Maybe I should turn, so I'll be right back. Okay, that's a lot better. Now I have now I'm facing the park. I was looking at it sideways. And now I could see Stella Luna or Terra Nova Hotel. I can see some sort of... Oh, that must be from Donkey Kong, because that's bananas. And I see a barrel with an arrow on it. And I see... That's not an Oompa Loompa. What are the things called? A Koopa Trooper? A Koopa Troopa, I think. One of those blocks that's unhappy... I see and I see Bowser's Castle. I think Luigi's Mansion may get built one day. That's what I heard. Okay, so there's a Nintendo Land, and that, I guess, isn't right in front of me. And there's they have these things called portals, which are the entrance to the lands. So I'll know more about it. Okay, so here's the thing I'm looking right at. Celestial Park. Now, a couple of questions. Does it look like a park? Actually, very much so. So from the angle I'm looking at it, it's beyond aptly named. So they have the fountain. There's also tiered seating around the fountain, looks like real grass or fake grass. And there's some people just chilling and relaxing. There's there's someone doing what is that called, a somersault? No, that was a full handstand, and then you flip over thing. Not in the air though. Yes, there's some people just sitting using their phones. There's other people discussing things. So that's park-like, right? And there's a nice fountain. Then there's behind the fountain where I'm looking, a covered thing that may sell soda and popcorn and stuff. It's it's got its back to me. Oh, and then there's another one, a rotunda. Is that right? No, we don't know. Then there's trees and stuff, and then there's big, tall globe lights that have the Epic Universe celestial kind of design on them, circling the park. Those lights have come on because it's cloudy and it may be 4 o'clock. Okay, but then around there's a path circling the fountain, right? And then there's things going off, little bridges and entrances to lands, I guess. And the rumor that I've heard is that at some point in the future, this would be the City Walk, where this would be open all the time. And then you just need a ticket to get into the portals or the lands. Even though there's 2 rides, there's a carousel, and it's a covered carousel. And it's actually, it looks, if you've ever been in the Bay Area, it does have the kind of, it's a little bit different than Frank Lloyd Wright, the Marin Civic Center. But that's the first thing that popped in my head is it has I don't know if it's tile, but it's a bunch of different color blues and golds. It's very ornate. So that's covered like a dome. I guess a touch of space steampunk. And Frank Lloyd Wright. I'm not good at this stuff. There's even a Pegasus up on top. But again, so there's a path circling this fountain. Then on the other side of the path, it looks like there's different booths, and they're themed. A lot of it has kind of green roofs, some gold roofs. There's something that looks like one that has a planet on top, and I can't tell if it's a restaurant or you buy stuff there. There's one that's clearly a shop that sells, I think I can see hats and sunglasses. There's an eating area, and then another bigger, these are small buildings. And there's an area with a half dome. I don't know if that's for sitting or if there's a performer there. On the left side, there's clearly a restaurant facing the carousel. With outdoor seating. I know there's a couple cool restaurants. Oh yeah, and then there's one right in front of me, another little booth or small. I think it says Coca-Cola on it down there. Then there's a lot of the smaller. They don't actually look. They're actually built. They're structures. I guess they're not buildings. Yeah, they're structures. There's a second fountain that the carousel straddles, or a piece of water. There's a bridge over that water. And then beyond that, you can even hear some of the tones of the music, but you can't hear the music itself. So there's all this water, and I guess so then there's a glassed-in building, must be 10 stories high. I think that's a seafood restaurant. It's got gigantic windows. Talking maybe, 20, 30 feet tall. And then beyond that is the initial portal to get into this place, which is cool. And other buildings. Again, I'm not super high up. I'm closer down, so I don't have an overhead view. But I have a view that's pretty good. I don't think I can get up on the top floor and record because it's probably busier. And then you could see portals to other lands, but I can't quite figure out. Well, I can definitely figure out where Mario is, or Nintendo Land. Should have brought my binoculars again, but I didn't. I didn't realize I would have this kind of. I didn't realize I would have this kind of view. Then there's a portal to Dark Universe on my right. Oh, wait a second. Let me lean forward and see what I can see here. Okay, there's a gigantic, statue of, some sort of god shooting, he's not Cupid, but he has the same device as a Cupid. He's playing a little bow and arrow. He's got a shield on his back. He might be aiming at the top of the carousel or maybe at the portal that's the entrance to the park. I'm not sure. And that water, I think, is flowing. So he's standing on some rocks, the Cupid type. And the water seems to be flowing from a fountain in front of the hotel down into the main fountain. And then to the right of the hotel is another restaurant. I believe that one has Blue Dragon, and I think it's got neon signs. I remember seeing something about neon signs. So I'll stay tuned for that. That's I guess a Pan-Asian style food cuisine. I know there's a pizza joint, a seafood joint, Astropub. Okay, I see. I read a sign there. That's on my left, the Astropub. And, let's see what else I see. I see some recycling and trash cans. Again, not as many people as I would expect. They have two competing, so they have, what is it called? Stardust Racers, which is on my left here. And those are two dueling, they don't actually duel I don't know, if you really listen to Sleep With Me a lot, you'll remember when Ray and I and the rest of my family, or my daughter and I, went to Six Flags Magic Mountain, and that was where they had, they actually had a wooden coaster that they re-tracked with, I think, Intamin metal, and those two were actually it was the most amazing wooden coaster re-theme I've ever been on. And I've been on a couple others, but and that one was the coasters, each coaster was they were racing each other. This is a metal one, two metal ones. One's kind of a lime green, and the other one's yellow. I haven't seen it go by recently, but I haven't been paying that close attention. And then beyond it is How I Trained a Dragoon, which is coming out as a live action animated movie, I think. And I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of those movies. I guess I'd be remiss if I said I saw them, but I guess I am remiss. I haven't seen any of them. Okay, see a lot of people cleaning up. People keeping an eye. Blooming flowers. I still see people wearing their ponchos. There's a girl in a pink poncho. And, she's got a pink poncho on, and her mom has a clear poncho. They're walking by. And if I lean forward a little bit more, can't really see anything else. I see some movement. Kinetic action is strong. We got a lot of water flowing and splashing. So let's see what other... I haven't seen those... Oh, maybe because of the weather. That's why I haven't seen those coasters go. But it doesn't really seem that bad, so I don't know. That's not the best sign in the world, huh? What do I see? Something... Oh, child care center. Some nice shaded bench. A couple of people in blue sitting there, chilling. Okay, I see some sunshine poking out. I can also see another land further away with a building that's painted blue, but it also has clouds, so that's smart, like the old Lookway building. And I can't really see. Oh, there's a windmill that's famous in the universe of that where it's dark all the time, and that's supposed to light up at night. So I'm excited to see this at night. There's a building over there outside in Celestial Park, outside of Nintendo Land. Nintendo's got some nice rolling green hills too. Really shiny tile on this one building. And a lot of domes. Got some glass domes, got blue tile domes, got teal domes. If you like domes, domed structures, or dome-esque buildings, you got to come here. And so a lot to take in. I just don't know a lot. Even more there's structures here, though. Oh yeah, even the Coca-Cola building has a red kind of domed roof. That's a structure like kiosk. Is that what you call it? Yeah, I guess kiosks. There's a lot of kiosks. Or what do you call a kiosk that is also a store? Like, it's bigger than a kiosk, but it's a structure. I mean, it's not. It's like as big as a building. I mean, what's the difference between are all structures all buildings are structures? Are all structures buildings? No, I think I'm clear about that. Is a kiosk when does a kiosk become a building? These are questions I should have the answers to. Okay, so let's see. We got a lot of umbrellas. We got some red umbrellas at like an eating area to my right. We got some yellow umbrellas over benches facing away from the fountains, around the path that runs around the fountains. See trees. I see a lot of benches under trees. Like, should we count the benches? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Right by those are all in the Coca-Cola area. 5, 6, 7. I mean, I don't have the best view of to be counting benches, but I saw 7 benches that I can tell you I saw. And again, this thing's supposed to be spectacular at night. I mean, this is the first theme park really that they built in the LED era. And I mean, especially like as LEDs have kind of changed into, I mean, like I would say the LED era is, LEDs are now ubiquitous, and they've probably been ubiquitous for 5 to 10 years, right? And so I'd say in the last 5 years, maybe like a multicolor light, like LEDs have become ubiquitous. I also like to say, who are you calling ubiquitous? You LEDs, and I mean it is in a positive. You calling me ubiquitous? No, no, I'm not calling ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. I guess could I start checking into a hotel, because I can't check into hotels as Noir Chardonnay anymore. I see it doesn't say that on your ID, sir. And I'd say it's my plume de nom. And I say, oh, what have you written as Noir Chardonnay? And I said, well, I'm going to be writing a complaint letter about you, because, but ubiquitous, yeah, that would be better, and maybe it's like one of those remembrance stones at the mansion in Disney World. Maybe there already is. Ubiquitous. He was everywhere until he wasn't. Ubiquitous. He could write a quarter of a joke, but he couldn't write a full one at the end. This guy just put his hat on. Smart move, because the sun's coming out. Okay, I'm looking at the portal for the universe of... Now, the portal into the universe where it's night... there's some sort of shop. That's where I want to eat. There's a couple places there we want to eat, because they're very themed, and I just wonder how long the theme is going to stay true. But there's one that's like got... it's like they're cooking right now. But the portal is very tall, and it has, so Frankie and Victor feature prominently, the universal versions of Frankie, Victor, remember Drac? Drax? Not Drax, Drac, and Wolfie Pooh, and some, the guy you can't see at all, I think there's Victoria is someone that does stuff there too, so I'm looking forward to that. But their portal is like a stone. It's got some roots. It's got a big purple gem, and then it's like looks like Victor's been working at it because it has energy channeling stuff up top. And there is a mansion, but I can't see it. And I'm looking at that Cupid type guy. I mean, I don't know if he's the celestial star catcher. I wonder if he's aiming, like, so there is this Pegasus on top of the carousel. Then that's also got some stone. It's got some wood, maybe a number, I can't tell. Then the portal, the entrance here, and yeah, so I still haven't seen those. Wow, there's a big mountain really big mountain inside of the Dragoon. I may I mean, how you train your Toothless, but there's a big mountain in there. I don't know if it's just for show, but it's quite tall, or maybe it's like more of a spire. Is that where the word inspiring comes from? From spires? So you say, oh boy, is that inspiring? Those spires. I guess I would say that I am like perplexed that maybe, I mean, my attention to detail is not great, but I haven't seen either one of these two cars go by. I mean, sometimes they say, okay, we got to check the distance of the active clouds, and then we can decide when to run stuff. So maybe that's what they have to do here. It's also a brand new park, so I'm going to try to pack my patience tomorrow and realize, that everything's new. But people seem really excited, even the people that I said hello to here. So, yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll take a break because there's some pipes. Sorry, I saw, is there something poking out of that pipe? Flower. Oh, there's a yellow pipe and a maroon pipe on the portal and stars. Like the stars you get in, that's when you there's stars play a part in different Nintendo games. I was thinking of when you win a race or something. But yeah, I see a maroon pipe with a flower and then a yellow pipe. It's a little bit obstructed. Bowser's Castle looks, I can only see part of it because of the hills. And then, oh wow, there's water flowing out of, there's a Donkey Kong structure that looks like it's kind of made of, gold stone, honoring Donkey Kong, maybe. And I don't know if it's Donkey Kong Country. That's a game that's been on my list to play, but I haven't played it. I'm sorry. I did play Donkey Kong, not the arcade version, but on the Game Boy. There's a version of Donkey Kong. That's a good puzzle game. But, yeah, so I'm going to hop off because the fan just kicked on in my room, and I'll be back when it's dark out, or Ray will be back. Talk to you in a minute. Thanks, everybody. Everybody, Scoots here, and Epic Universe has, I think, closed about 18 minutes ago, and we just watched, they had a fountain show with grand soaring fountains, and all the lights are still on. There's people still in the park because, working their way out of the park. But it is, as expected, quite brilliant at night. A lot of lights. And, obviously lights were integral. Did I already use that earlier? Part of their design of the park. Because we were kind of theorizing about the LED era, And most of the lights are also softer, or they have different accoutrement. I mean, all the lights can change colors seemingly, but the fountain show just featured like every light, every fixture seems to be centrally controlled or programmed. Now, unfortunately for us, we'll keep an eye out. I guess we keep our eye out for any Roy G. Biv activity. And I can just tell you what I see. So the Blue Dragoon restaurant, it does have neon on the front. Well, I mean, I can't confirm that it's real neon at this time. But I believe when I was seeing stuff, oh, wow. So above the portal, holy cow, I'm just looking at the portal for the universe that's where the lights are out. And so like I said, there's a gem at the top of the portal. So the portal's like a fancy tube with a design around it, tunnel portal. And I believe that they're supposed to kind of give you the big reveal. Like you go in there into each land and you get the big reveal. And they're all themed, but this one, it had like what looked like some sort of gem above it, and now it's glowing lavender, and then there's pulsing lights around that portal, like something like a scientist could be working on. And then the electrical unit that towers above it, that's like with stone and... what is that stuff called? Roots. It every once in a while it flashes like electricity's going through it. Then back to the Blue Dragoon restaurant. It has red, purples, blues, and then it has, it looks like some panels out front that could be, oh wow, they keep changing. So probably not neon because they changed from blue to white to red. But they look cool. Then it has other red, what are those called? Columns. Then our, holy cow. So the, I don't know if it's, so we have a celestial, so the, Cupid type figure, he has like a sun around his head that is glowing, and then like a ribbon fluttering off him that has sparkling lights on it. And like I said, water's flowing around him into the main lagoon or pool or fountain area. And there's two bridges, both of which have like tons of different lighting. They have like the bridges have a nice stone design. And so they have ambient lights, and they have lights on each post on the bridge. Those are right now a yellowish red hue. Then all the giant, like globe street lamps, right now those are a soft white light. Though they changed every color of the rainbow during the show, the light show, because each show, like part of the show, seemed to feature like a lighting package for each land. What is really impressive is the portal for Nintendo Land. I don't even know how to put it into words. There's so much lighting. Like everything on its portal lights up. The stars right now are gold. Then there's like almost like a vase holding the stars, and that's just changing colors panel. I mean, now it's a darker lavender. Now it's a rainbow. There's so much going on that portal. There's like a circle above the portal that's changing colors. Then behind it, you got Bowser's Castle, which is kind of a stone gray with some red highlights. You can't see much else of Nintendo Land. Like you can see some of the kind of built, like the 8-bit stuff. Then the tribute to Donkey Kong or whatever is its eyes. The tribute to Donkey Kong is lit up. Its eyes are shining gold. There's a lot of stringed market lights all over the place. Each building has like I don't know, like the seaside amusement lights, like around the building, but then around the roofs are even twinkling LEDs. We got the Starfall or Stardust Racers. I think it changed names, so now I don't know which name is which. All those cars are lit up and sparkling. Oh, they just went from red to blue. So that is pretty cool. I'm looking at the spire or the tower in How to Train Your Dragoon Land. Oh, there goes the Starfall Stardust Racers. Yeah, they're like an orange red. Now there's Stardust blue. And then the entrance to the park is a little bit like the Emerald City. It's green right now and sparkling. All the dome structures that I was talking about all have LEDs like around the ribs of their dome. So you got, I'll just tell you how many green domes I can see at the entrance. I don't know if those are shops at the entrance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green domes. Then we have green trim. Then a second lower layer green trim, and then the main portal into the park, or I guess in this case out of the park, is it's got so many lights going on it too. Even on the insides of the portals, it looks like there's lights. Kind of like, I think that's the Detroit Airport. If you go from one terminal to the other, they have different tunnels that are like lit up by different ambient art. Even with someone with sound. This portal has green lights. Some lights are twinkling. It's got all sorts of kinetic motion, like a kinetic sculpture. All that's lit up. Tough to tell if it's projections or lights that are built into it. And then we have... that's a splash pad. So I was trying to figure out what that was... So then the carousel, there's a dome for the carousel, and there's a dome behind it. I don't know if that's a restaurant or a bar or another part of the carousel. So you got a larger dome and a smaller dome. And all of their ribs and their domes are like, so the dome has a dome, and all the domes have ribs. And what does that say? Astronomica? Wow, is that lit up, or is that just reflective? But yeah, there's kids playing in the splash pads. Those fountains have lights. Then there's the main fountain. Then there's 2 other lagoons with fountains. All those fountains are going, it's part of like some sort of loop. Where they're rising and falling. We can't hear any music. Right now the colors are somewhat stable, like they're sparkling, but like kind of a reddish green. And the carousel's kind of like going from kind of lavender and reds, but mostly mixed in with whites. And there's miles and miles of market lighting. I don't know how to call it. That's just what my landlord called it, like bulb string light. Or globe string lights that you see. That just looks really nice when those are strung around lanes. They add lighting, and they're pleasing to the eye. There go the stars. So now I have 1 red and 1 blue coaster on the Stardust Racing thing. Also, okay, so there's some ground or bushes to the right of the carousel where I'm looking. They have purple lighting in there. I don't know if that's a bush or the queue. Man, the inside of the Nintendo portal looks like a screen. I don't have I have an obstructed view of it, but and then that must be the portal for Dragoon. It is a red, going from red to yellow to orange. There's also a sculpture coming out of Starfall Racers or Stardust Racers, like if it's covering where I think you'd board the cars, and there's a shooting star coming out of that, like with some pulsating lighting and really well lit. Like, the only park I could say that's lit like this is certain parts of California Adventure, like around Pixar Pier and across from Pixar Pier, where I feel like it's just... I mean, Main Street's different, you know, Main Street and Disneyland and Disney World, but I don't know if the buildings are quite this lit up, and you know, even though there's a lot of light coordination for World of Color, I don't know if it's quite like this, although some of the buildings do remind me a little bit of that. But there's just so... Okay, so now I'm looking over... Now, what am I looking at? I think that must be the pizza restaurant. Pizza Moon. So it looks like the sign for Pizza Moon has melting cheese on it. Again, I don't have my glasses, so it's kind of hard, but... I do have my glasses on. Sorry, I'm wearing my glasses. So what am I saying? I don't have my binoculars. But yeah, the Pizza Moon one, it's like... They think it's like a melting cheese effect, and that goes around the sign. If it is, that's cool. Let me just see what else I can see here, you know, like child care center signs lit up too, backlit, but still. And, you know, the Dragoonland seems to be, well, maybe it's obstructed by a building, so I just don't know, or the coaster. So I can't tell you exactly. Then I could see the seafood restaurant is definitely called Atlantis, and it's got blue lights. So that the Atlantis one, maybe that's one also has some green domes on it. Now the green domes are sparkling. I don't believe they were sparkling earlier. But Atlantis is like a more modern building, and it had kind of a smoked glass, so when we were looking at it in the daytime, it just looked impressive. Now the Atlantis sign does look like blue neon. Then it has, it's kind of like an octagon building, and I think I'm seeing through the windows, like, into the restaurant, which I believe is like an undersea design. But then its roof line has 3 different lines of lights, and they're kind of doing a blue chase sequence with blue and light whites. And I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for any activity. The park almost seems to be cleared out. I see some people, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see some workers. I see somebody sitting on a bench chilling. You don't see... Oh, no, I do see people sitting at the fountain, too. Actually, a significant 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe waiting for their family to get done on one of the rides or something. There's also blinking lights in some of the... is that in the kiosk or in a tree? And I kind of like when people like blinking kind of like off-white or light yellow lights in trees... and they kind of blink in that random pattern. It makes me think that there's, like, fairies living in the tree, for me. That are like and they're blinking. It's a different blinking pattern than, what are those called? The bugs of night that bring light. Because they just, they blink in a different pattern. Obviously. They have an organic pattern. Okay, now I'm seeing a building beyond Pizza Moon. It's like my eyes are adjusting to things. That was the building that said had a really shiny tile look to it. Don't know what that building is. It's on the Celestial Park side of Nintendo. It's next to Pizza Moon, maybe another restaurant, maybe a store. Who knows? Because I really don't know. I only have a general idea. I do want to eat at... Obviously, I like pizza, so Pizza Moon. I do want to eat at a place... There's a couple places in the universe where the lights are out I want to eat at. 2 different places there. Because I just wonder if either one of them will still be, like, operating. I think that's probably the place that sounds the coolest, but that they may have to adjust the theming a little bit if they get into the pleasing zone. There's also some spotlights shooting up from the portals. You know what rhymes with portals? You know what Jason from The Good Place would say rhymes with portals? Blake Bortles and portals rhyme. Blake Portals. What was my fake name before? I forgot. I thought of a fake name. That was like a word. It wasn't iambic. Iambic here. It was something like that. You would know, but I recorded it earlier. And then took a little breaky poo, and it's still really hard looking. Oh, there's somebody jogging through the park. There's still at least, let's see how many kids are in the splash zone. I mean, I don't know. As a parent, I don't think I have the emotional strength to deal with it. Like, I don't think I was ever that emotionally resilient to say, yeah, go ahead. Even now that we had a full day in a theme park and you're exhausted, and we still have to go somewhere to sleep. Why don't you get soaking wet? I mean, that's just, you know, would be a great idea if you bring your shoes and your socks in there too, or go barefoot. I mean, either way, it's kind of like, but that's just me. I mean, not judging the parents at all, because they probably they're more emotional. They have some kind of level of resiliency. There can't be like here's the thing. You'll be allowed to play in you could play in a splash pad between the hours of 1:15 p.m. and 1:16 p.m. Be fine with me. But other than that, I don't know if I can but yeah, let's see if we can count. There's a lot. 1, 2, 3. They're running around too. I don't know. That seems like just like. I don't like to predict meltdowns, but it just seems like I guess, yeah, I'm just getting in the way of these kids, and there's a lot of joy, at least at a distance. Maybe that's what Bette Midler was singing about. She was watching kids at a splash pad at a distance. There is harmony at a distance. She was right. But yeah, how many kids? I don't know. My eyes, even with my glasses on, I'd say there's at least 16 kids in this splash pad. It's pretty big. So, I mean, and its lights are kind of purple. And, I mean, it is pretty warm here in Florida. So, I mean, even, it's not extremely hot tonight. And actually, most of the day, there was a pleasant breeze this evening, so it's like it was nothing that bad. So I guess, yeah, let the kids splash, man. Can't you just let the kids splash? Oh, yeah, those kids I can. At a distance, gives me something to talk about on the podcast, so for sure. Also, the tiered seating around, so the fountain, you know, all the jets are lit. There seems to be also other underwater lighting. Then each tier of the seating has like a strip of ambient light. Then there's also like a rim of lights around. Oh, in the water, they give it like a blue ambient hue. Then there's also a rim of a ring. I guess it's a ring of lights around the whole fountain. But one of the cool things that's not happening now, it's like there's also like a tube, like lights along the path, right? To light up the footpath, like footpath lights. And right now they just look like your standard at a distance. You say, okay, those are some like those industrial footpath lights. And they're kind of like showing a kind of softer white but still industrial look. But during the show, so they don't let those fool you. They're artists. They're not just don't call me an industrial footlight, man. I got dreams. I say, really? Are you could I rename you iambic? Iambic pentameter? Sorry, the lights stopped speaking. But so those lights are also coordinated with everything else, and they were kind of flickering like candlelight at some point and flashing on and off. And there was a sequence related to Nintendo where everything was turning like brilliant blue and brilliant red. And then there was a sequence for each of the other lands. But kind of Nintendo's got that, Mario and Luigi, it's pretty red, blue, green. Holy cow, that portal, though, for Mario is just it's mesmerizing. So I don't know what else they got in there. I know they got some, like, Mario-related landscaping and Koopa Troopa. I'd like to meet a Koopa. What are the odds I'm going to meet a Koopa Troopa? Is that what they're even called? Like, you say, where do I meet they say, would you want to meet Peach or Yoshi? No, I want to meet a Koopa Troopa. See, sir, that's not how you say it. I say, well, what about Wario? Oh, Wario's one of the, Wario's not, like, the children don't like Wario. Right, I'm not a child, though, so where do I get in line to meet Koopa Troopers? Sir, it's Koopa Troopa. Koopa Troopa, say it with me. Koopa Troopa, Koopa Troopa. Is that what, I wonder if there's ever an 8-bit song by, what is that band called? They sang Waterloo. ABBA. Because they had a song Super Trooper, right? That's an ABBA song? What if, is there an 8-bit version of it about Koopa Troopers? Koopa Troopas? So, there's coins. I can see coins. I know there's something called Yoshi's Adventure. I don't got anything against Yoshi. And, usually when I'm playing Mario Kart, I'm Peach or Yoshi, because someone once told me those two are the fastest. I really like, like maybe 2 years ago, I played a lot of the Wario games, Wario Land. I really enjoyed those. So, I mean, but I'm confusing Bowser and Wario, right? Oh boy, that's embarrassing. It's a good thing I did this tonight instead of tomorrow. You see, yeah, is that, can I get in this line to meet Wario? Sir, this is Bowser's line. You've hurt Bowser's feelings. We're going to have to ask you to leave Epic Universe forever. Well, because how am I supposed to know the difference between Bowser and Wario? Are you kidding me, sir? Bowser and Wario, they're much different. They're similar in attitude. Okay, so you got us a little bit. I say, yeah, they're like a little bit. They have a personality like mine. I mean, I think Wario's a lot like me. He's got that look on his face. So I don't know if I have anything else here from Epic Universe. I got to do an intro and stuff, but I'd highly recommend coming and looking at it at night because it's gorgeous, and it has other stuff. And actually, it's funny. Like the fan always kicks out of the room to tell me when I'm done talking. So I'll let myself be let out by the fan in my room and the sparkling and twinkling lights of Epic Universe here. Just a short time after it opened. Looking at the sign for Pizza Moon and the fountain, the Celestial Park, and the portals and the lights that rhyme with whether you're a fan of Blake Bortles or Jason or the good. We're in a good place right now. A good place to sleep as I'll fade out a few seconds of industrial fan noise. Good night, everybody. All right, everybody. Hey, Scoots here with the Tuck You In message, and you'll be hearing on the pre-rolls, hopefully a fun game show version of this, and then the mid-rolls, a shorter version. But this is kind of like a message, decided to try to change the direction of things, and I've tried to be clear about this, but I want to be as clear as possible and do it in the spirit of sleepy joy and delight. So I'm going to run through, we've been talking about super listeners and supporting the show, but I want to be really specific about who does not need to support the show or even think about it kind of thing. Like, you don't need to support the show if kind of, but real, like this is real, like, in the sense, if you happen to be listening to this right now, if, and sometimes I realize my stress or my feelings around the sustainability podcast can leak through, right? And impact people inadvertently, and make you feel some kind of way. And I have to kind of, or I want to right now take a, more active, caring hand in that. So if a part of you does speak up, and after I run through all this, and I'll be running through it, and maybe this will be the new direction we take things. When that part of you speaks up, say, no, Scoots he said he's not talking to me. If that part of you tries to make, because I have that part of me very strong in me, that makes you want to feel a word that sounds like Shane or Pilt, or any of that kind of stuff. So this one is a post-roll, Tuck You on post-roll, so I'll run through it slowly. But I do have it in front of me, so I'll also be trying to read. One, if you happen to be listening to this, if you're a new listener or you, like you're a person who's only listens once in a while, right? You've only been listening less than 6 months. You don't need to support the show or even think about supporting the show. If you're not in a position to support the show, whether it's financial or you just don't, you're not interested in supporting the show, like, you don't need to support the show. Don't worry. Like, it's great news that I want to be as clear, and I guess in this post roll, I can't be sleepy, joy, and delightful except like that. It's good news. You do not need to support the show. I mean, we still have to put those messages out there and stuff like that, but, it doesn't, if you can't afford to support the show, you're not interested, or you're new, you don't need to, right? And you could say it to yourself if that comes up in those messages, because we still do have to ask, right? But we're not asking you. So you can say, Scoots isn't asking me. Like the good news or the great news is like, returning this thing. So you're welcome here. And yeah, I guess I'm not guessing. It's not a great time to apologize, but it's like, me, when I get, me trying to, I had to find my way to this, right? Of, hey, I guess I guess I do need to apologize because I had to find my way here of like, I don't want to put those feelings on people that you can't support the show. You're not interested in supporting the show. If you're new, don't worry about it. And the thing is, because there are listeners who do care, I care and listeners care, and those are the people that support the show. And I've gotten enough messages. We did something with Sleep With Me Plus where people said, "Yeah, I support the show, not just for me." And they want the podcast to be there for you. Like this is real, that they care, and that we're holding you, that the podcast in this quest to make sure Sleep With Me will be around, for you. So again, I think the tool in this example is like, hey, Scoots isn't talking to me. And by the way, other listeners have said explicitly, they have me. I guess this is more apply, new listener, you're kind of come from a place, why would I support a podcast that I'm new to, right? So if you just happen to be listening, this is more of the people in those other places, that it's okay. It's more than okay to be in those places, and that I've actually been in those places too. And now the other side of it is, I'm going to run through everything, but yeah, if you're not in those groups, right, and you say, well, I didn't realize that, I want to be the one providing comfort, supporting comfort. I want to be a part of this thing for those people you're talking about and whoever you're talking about coming up. You could join us. So I'd love it. but not if you're not in a position to support the show or a place where you'd want to support the show or you're new. Also, the other group I'll talk about now that I was going to record last is like, if it like the idea of supporting the podcast, or changing how you do things, or like taking those steps or whatever takes away from the show, right? You don't need to support the show. Like if it stressses you out thinking about going through the steps to support the show, it just seems like here's the thing. I think I even put this in some of this. If it's like Scoot said, it's just too much to ask me right now. I'm not asking you like it is like the truth. Like I'm asking someone else. Like it's too much for me right now, Scoots. Like I don't know if I'm in those two groups, but it just feels like too much, or it's not the right time. I see you and I hear you, and and you can say to that party that says Scoots is talking to you, and no, he's not. He said it explicitly. If you say I can't, like in your head, no, it's too much to have. Like that's just too much for me. Can't see myself doing that. It's just outside of believe me, again, I'm not saying this. I'm saying it because I can relate to. I've been in those places, or I continue to be in those places in different aspects of my life, so I can relate. And I'm saying it clearly now, as clearly as I can. Like when I'm asking for support of the show, I'm not asking you to support the show. It's okay. We have you. This isn't a bit or like a reverse thing. It's the truth. Like, you okay? So I just want to rest with that one. Now, the next two groups are probably not listening right now, but just in case you are, and it's funny, I'm trying to figure out how to word it, like in the mid-roll and the pre-roll. But if you're a regular or average, I realize no one's average that listens to the show, but the way most people listen to the show is what I'm using as an average. And here's the thing. If you're like most listeners, you listen to the show while you're going through a tough time, right? Whether it's different phases or seasons of your life, and maybe you listen for a couple months at a time, and maybe during those months you listen to 2 episodes a week, maybe you listen to more episodes a week. But you use Sleep With Me like a tool when you need it every couple of years, because what I've seen happen is like people getting through high school, then getting into or through those tough times in college, then their first job and getting used to that, then their next phases of their life, and then their first baby, or other phases of life that come on us unexpectedly that we're not quite ready for. And we need some ease and comfort in the deep, dark night. And you just come and go when you need the show. You're actually covered by the sponsors and the listener support, because you listen, you start the show, you wind down during the intro, and then you fall asleep during the story, and the episode stops playing at the end of the episode, or you're in one of those small groups that uses a sleep timer. That's a one group that, right, and most of you don't mind the ads at all. And because the ads, that's the main, like that kind of listening is what the sponsors cover, right? And maybe you check out the sponsors, maybe you don't. Or maybe you're like, yeah, I'm totally fine with the ads. Or you say, well, I realize that, or whatever, a lot of work goes into the show. The ads are necessary. A lot of people love the ads, but some people might be like, well, yeah, it's necessary. I get it. Especially for that kind of listening. You don't need to support the show if you're just listening during these phases of life for a few months at a time. Again, we have you covered. Now, if those changes in your life are big enough that you want to support the show during that time, that's fine. Or you want to you can support the show with one-time support on Sleep With Me Plus if you scroll down. But you don't need to, and you don't need to feel like, don't get caught up in like I can't, there's no way for me to target the ads to like just super listeners, right? Who are in a place to support the show. So I just have to ask on every episode to get through to the people that are in a place. But yeah, you do, if you only listen once in a while when things are tough or when you need the show or it's baffling, you say, okay, I got Sleep With Me. I'll listen to that this week or this month or even these 6 months. We've got you. You do not need to support the show like we have you. So those are some of the people I wanted to get through to. And then again, if you say, I'm not in those groups and you're just curious, but you say, wow, it would sound, if again, this is only for people not in those groups. If you say, I want to be a part of this thing, I want to be a part of getting, I want to send comfort across the deep, dark night to all those groups of people you just mentioned. I mean, there's people like dealing with loss, dealing with their first child, their first job, being out on their own for the first time, a big exam, a big life change, people who would love to support the show but just can't, just not possible for them one way or the other. People that love the podcast so much, they get so much out of it, and new listeners who this podcast might change their life. Yeah, I want to be a part of that. Like, I would miss the show if it was gone for me and for those people, because I'm not in any of those groups really, or I'm not sure. Maybe, if you're sure, then think about supporting the show on Sleep With Me Plus. But if you're not sure, I wouldn't do it. Like, I'm kind of in one of those groups. Sounds like a bit much for me. Don't worry about it. We got you. But if you want to be a part of this thing and you're not in those groups, that's who I'm trying to get through to. And it is like, I wish there was like maybe one day, years from now, I don't think there'll be the technology to do that just because Sleep With Me is so unique. But I want to try to be as clear as I can and as caring as I can, because my joy is to keep this podcast going for everybody and to bring sleepy joy and delight. And sometimes I've felt like in the past, I'm like, how are these things feel like they're in opposition? How can I bring them into unity? And so this is an experiment, which I hope works, and I hope helps us bring things back into unity. So thanks. This is good news. It's good news. We've got you. And you can say to that voice, Scoots isn't talking to me. He's talking to another listener, not to me. So I'm going to listen to the show. This show's for me. This is like, it's not so much as a gift as like the collective goodwill of all of us kind of, I don't know. So thanks.